Alina lived in the small, sunny village of Thistlebrook, where laundry lines fluttered like flags and the bakery always smelled like cinnamon mornings. She was curious in the best possible way, the kind of girl who asked kind questions and kept a little leather notebook full of sketches and tiny ideas. Her emerald eyes were bright, her wavy auburn hair escaped every braid, and she loved her long green coat because it felt like a hug. On most days, she wandered the edges of the forest, drawing mushrooms and naming birds. The villagers smiled when they saw her. "There goes Alina," they'd say, chasing wonder again. She'd wave and promise to be back before supper, bread, soup, and stories. One gentle morning, the wind tapped her window like a polite friend. Pages in her notebook rustled to a blank spot, as if the day was inviting her to write something new. Alina felt that quiet tug in the chest, the kind that means, go this way. She packed bread, a water flask, and a pencil wrapped with string. Back by dusk, she told the kettle. She liked telling objects her plans. It made promises feel real. Outside, sunlight spilled in warm puddles. At the forest edge, a narrow trail glimmered between ferns. She had never noticed it before. "Hello, new path," she whispered. And the path, being a path, answered by simply existing. The new trail curved like a question mark. Trees grew older and taller, bark wore silver scars. The air smelled of rain even though the sky was clear. Birds sang farther away. Alina walked carefully, marking tiny arrows with chalk on stones, her breadcrumb of sanity. Deeper in, light softened to tea-colored gold. The trail forked once, twice, then 3 times, and her chalk arrows began to feel like shy suggestions rather than real directions. After a while, even the bird songs thinned to silence. Alina stopped to listen. Her heart made the smallest sound. Am I lost? She took a breath. It's okay, she told herself. Curiosity and caution can hold hands. Hours passed the way mist passes, quietly and everywhere. The ground tilted, roots braided across the path like tricky shoelaces. Alina's legs grew sore and her courage felt like a candle in wind. She tried her chalk again. She tried her memory. She tried to laugh, but the sound bounced and came back thinner. Finally, beneath an old yew tree, she sat and nibbled bread. "I thought you were leading me somewhere," she told the path. "If I was wrong, that's all right. We learn from wrong turns too." Then she heard it, a soft, hiccuping cry, the kind a person makes when they're trying to be brave and still can't help it. Alina followed the sound through ferns that brushed her coat like friendly cats. In a small hollow, a boy sat barefoot on moss, knees hugged tight. His hair was the color of wheat in shade. His eyes looked like they'd cried for a long season. "Hi," Alina said gently, sitting a little distance away so her kindness had room. "I'm Alina. Are you hurt?" He shook his head. "Just lost." He swallowed. "I've been here so long that time got heavy." Alina nodded. "Sometimes time needs help being carried," she said. "Would you like to walk with me? We can carry it together." The boy hesitated, then took her hand. They walked, and the forest, ever a good listener, changed. Trees parted a little, like someone drawing back curtains. Patches of light gathered on the ground in coin-sized circles. The boy's shoulders relaxed. "I'm Milo," he said, voice small but steadier. "I forgot how to hope." Then forgetting became easier than remembering. Alina squeezed his hand. "Hope is a muscle," she said. "It complains when you haven't used it, then it gets strong again." They traded tiny stories, her notebook sketches, his love of whistling. The time a fox escorted Alina to the village gate. "As if I were the lost one," she laughed. Slowly, the air tasted more like outside and less like inside a worry. At a familiar bend, she was sure she'd seen that twist of roots before. Alina turned to Milo and nearly dropped her satchel. He wasn't exactly a boy now. A faint, gentle glow traced his outline, like moonlight deciding to be a person. His sad eyes had softened into something bright. "Milo?" she asked. He smiled with kindness that felt older than the trees. "Thank you," he said. "I needed you to find me." Alina's eyebrows knit. "But I found you crying." "Yes," he nodded. "Because I am the piece of you that got lost when you doubted yourself." The forest held its breath. Alina did too. Milo's glow brightened. "You came looking for a path," he said, "but the path was looking for you. When you felt unsure, you misplaced me, your courage, your faith. I waited where you left me, in the deep part of the woods where fears echo. You came back with kindness, not scolding, with a hand, not a demand. That's how lost things like being found." Tears surprised Alina, but they were the good kind, the kind that rinsed the corners of the heart. She laughed through them. "Well then," she sniffed, "let's go home together." The forest exhaled. Light poured between branches like honey. They walked side by side, and the world said yes. Flowers lifted their faces, moss brightened, even the shy stream made a ribbon of sound. Alina felt taller on the inside. The chalk arrows she'd left earlier showed up again, not because the forest remembered them, but because she did. "Funny," she said. "The way out isn't straighter than the way in. It's just kinder." Milo smiled. "Kindness is the shortest distance between 2 points," he said, and his glow softened to something almost ordinary, like a friend walking you home at dusk. The village roofs peeked between trees. Her stomach made the hopeful sound of soup time. At the forest edge, Milo paused. "You won't need me to glow next time," he said, "because you'll remember where I live." Alina touched her chest. "In here." "Exactly," he grinned. "If you wander again, and you will, because curious hearts must, bring bread, a pencil, and patience. If fear gets loud, talk to it like you talk to teapots, politely, with boundaries." Alina laughed. "And if I forget? Then you'll go looking," he said, "and find me again." He grew very light, the way dew grows sunlight, and then he was gone, not lost but returned, like courage curling back into its rightful chair. Alina stepped into the village evening, where windows were squares of butter and streets smelled like thyme and wood smoke. Neighbors waved. "There goes Alina," someone said, bringing back a story. At home, she wrote, "Sometimes the path isn't a place. It's a conversation between your feet and your faith." She added a small sketch, a girl, a glowing boy, and a forest learning to be gentle. She closed the notebook and felt something steady, like a compass that enjoyed its job. Later, with soup steam fogging the glass, Alina practiced the lesson out loud. When you feel lost, treat yourself as you would a friend, offer a hand, not a lecture. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's walking kindly, one step at a time, until the way is bright again. The wind nudged the window once, approving. Alina smiled at the night. Tomorrow, there would be new paths. But tonight, there was rest, and the good knowledge that she carried her map inside her, folded neatly, always reachable, never truly lost. Moral: be gentle with the parts of you that feel lost. Kindness is the lantern that turns a tangled forest into a path.